And to good morning, people. I welcome you back again. And so, as we share Thursday together, I think about share. It says, "And here we are again." So here we are again. If you're new to us, I welcome you. If you're old with us, welcome back. Share the good news. If I share something with you today that touches your heart and life, know that it was God's inspiration. It wasn't my own sense of intelligence because I'm not smart enough to figure all this stuff out. So the stuff that I share with you certainly comes from another power higher than myself. But anyhow, today, last week, I think it was last week, and the week before, I talked about these things that went on the candles that are called tracers, and how that thing just has to sit on their top, and it burns, so it burns the candle straight. All right. So here's a little bit of follow-up of that. Now this is what you call a Paschal candle. This is an old one. This is 2016. This represents the principal light of the church. Now we blessed the Easter candle on Holy Saturday night. Now we didn't do that this year. We blessed it on Easter Sunday. But nobody was in church. We did it, but trust me, we did bless it and put the numbers on it. But the candle is interesting because it's got that tracer on it. But also, when the priest blesses the candle, there's a symbol on the front of it, and it says, he takes a stylus and he says, "Christ, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, from whom all things begin and are fulfilled." And then he says, he takes these little spikes, they're called nails, and he sticks them into 5 wounds, the head, the arms, and the feet of Jesus. "By his holy and glorious wounds may Christ preserve us and bring us to everlasting life." So these guys are called nails. Now what happens is during the course of the year, for every baptism, every funeral, and technically it should be, for every mass that celebrate, this candle should be burnt. Now we don't burn it on Sundays. We're going to burn it for weddings and baptism, not for weddings, but for funerals and for babies. We have the Paschal candle lit. When it's at the baptism, the baby's parents are given the baby's candle. It's lit from this one. At a funeral mass, it's placed at the front of the casket. Now we've never reached the point, where the candle burns all the way down. Now Sister Nicolette is on staff here. She's Sister of Mercy. She's a very, very smart and intelligent person. So when she orders these candles, this candle, what she does, she gets 2 of them. Because during the course of the year, for the first maybe 6 months, we get down to the point where we're just about ready to burn into here. And so what Sister does is she takes the old one out and puts a new one in, so we're good for another 6 months. Now you don't know that, and you didn't hear me telling you, but I'm telling you that's what happens. But let's just presume that we were to use this candle and it would burn all the way down. So what would happen is if we did that, the candle would burn down and it would burn into the nails. Burn right through the nails and keep right on going. What are the nails about? Well, it's more than just simply the suffering of Christ. It's the pain, the anxiety, the worry, the loneliness. It's the things that you and I face in life. We all have pain. Pain. I was talking to somebody in church this morning. I stopped in to say the beads, and I was getting ready to leave. I said, "How you doing?" I said, "It's very painful for me." I said, "To come over here every day and just see empty pews and not see the folks. When we do this gig on Sundays, it's painful for me to talk to metaphysical people. They're talking about the baseball season, and what they're going to do is they're going to put their either faces on the seats or nobody on the seats. I just can imagine what it would be like to play baseball. I know one of the basketball players, when this thing was started, he says, "I'm not playing to an empty arena with nobody here." But we're going to be doing that. Kevin was talking to Sister this morning about Zoom, and how that's really kind of taken off, this virtual classroom. Is that the way we're going to educate people for the future? There's a lot of pain in that for teachers. I mean, if I were a teacher and I did that full time, I wouldn't want to be teaching through a computer all day, for God's sake. I'd want little people in front of me. You can see the expression on their faces. You know, you can walk down walk them down the classroom, down the aisle to the classroom, from one classroom to another. You know, they wouldn't have the parades of saints or the teddy bears blasting other business. You know, and then physically, there's a lot of pain in life. It's not just the pain of isolation. There are aches and there are pains. I talked about vitamins the other day. You know, it's just when you get a little older, your body doesn't manufacture the kinds of things it needs to be healthy. So you need supplements in your life. You know, I have ache in this leg almost every day. Not pain, ache. I sit there and I rub it to try to move that pain away from it. We all get headaches. We get heartaches. We get loneliness. We get all kinds of pains in life. Pain is one of the results of original sin. We all deal with pain in our life. Different types and different levels of pain. And what happens is, if we keep the light of Christ alive in our life, and we're burning straight on our way to eternity, what's going to happen eventually is Christ's light is going to burn through this pain. It's going to burn right through it to the other side. And the pain is going to be wiped away. And one of the prayers that we pray, I think, for the rite of Christian burial, it's that there'll be no more suffering, no more pain or isolation or loneliness. That Christ and his victory over sin and death and darkness will bring us into the glory of God. And so my thought for us today is for us to look at pain in our life and to ask the good Lord to help me as I make my way through this life, to keep his light burning brightly. And when I meet the pain in my life, no matter what it is, sickness or isolation or loneliness or even death itself, that the victory of Christ over sin and death of darkness will burn right through that pain. And when that happens, the only thing that remains is him. His light, his joy, his presence, bringing me to his eternal kingdom. May the light of Christ continue to burn brightly in our life, and may the light of Christ take on any pain that you and I feel in any way of life and burn right through it, so as we make our way to eternity, we will find ourselves whole. Have a good day, people. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless you.